Welcome to part 4 of KALB's Halloween special. I'm your host, Julie Sober. In this episode, we're going to find out, is KALB really haunted? Today, we're going to be talking with KALB's Carmen Taffy and Dylan Ducote. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Oh, no problem.
Okay, well, we're going to do ghost stories today. All right, Carmen, let's get it started. You have some ghost stories about the Hotel Bentley.
Yes, so I was staying in the bridal suite with my mom and my sister. One of the Mardi Gras balls was at the Bentley, and so they were down there doing Mardi Gras ball stuff. I wasn't old enough to go to the Mardi Gras ball yet. So I was up in the room, and I was laying in bed, and I heard this noise, this gargling noise, and I was like, what is that? And so I was just like, I'm not going to pay any attention to it. Well, it kept on going, and so I got up to check it out, and in the bridal suite, there's you walk in through the front door, there's this whole living area, and then you turn the corner, and then there's this jacuzzi tub, and then it's the beds. So the jacuzzi tub it sounded like the jets were on, but if you know anything about a jacuzzi tub, the jets can't turn on unless there's water in the tub. And that happened throughout the whole night. And it was funny because it would only happen when I was in the room by myself. Once my mom and my sister got back to the room, nothing would happen. So yeah, the jacuzzi tub just kept on turning on.
And earlier in the series, Michael Wynn said a similar story that a lot of people have said something about those jacuzzis going off. So pretty interesting, but you had a few more stories to tell.
Yes, so a friend actually took us up to Mr. Bentley's room that when it was built, that's where he stayed, and it's rumored that he actually died in that room. So it's basically all gutted, it's just walls and structure and stuff. And me and my best friend, we were getting a tour of the room, and we turned the corner and something just runs across. And it was me and her, and then the person took us was behind us. So no one had entered that part of the room yet, and yeah, we just saw something run across the room. We both looked at each other and made eye contact, and we were like, I think we should go now. So yeah, we left real quick because it was very spooky.
And also another kind of Sinlaw staple would be the Myrtles Plantation. You have a few stories about that too.
Yes, so me, my mom, my dad, and my sister, we took a trip down to St. Francisville. And the Myrtles Plantation is in St. Francisville. It's made into a bed and breakfast, and they do haunted tours. You can find all the information on their website about everything. But basically it's this plantation that's haunted by a lot of different things. The soldiers from the war back in the time, the people who lived there, a slave named Chloe. So I sent you a bunch of different pictures of, actually we call it ghost orbs on and it was just an iPhone camera, and we got them sent to one of our friends who does paranormal stuff, and he was like, yeah, that looks like some real good ghost orbs. So yeah, we saw that. We really didn't hear or see anything through the tours, but there's a lot of history on it being haunted, and there's actually rooms upstairs that you can stay in that have lists of guest experience and everything. It's definitely a really creepy place.
All right, and KALB, we have some ghost stories here in our own building. So Dylan, why don't you share your experience?
Yeah, we do. Well, legend has it that KALB is haunted, and when I first started working here, you kind of, wouldn't think, your, job is haunted, and you had some coworkers, I'm the newbie, and stuff like that, and they're telling you the stories that, we've seen some things, or we've heard some things, and stuff like that, and you're like, nah, they're just messing with the new guy, and stuff, and you don't think it's true, and one day I'm kind of working at the computer and stuff, and out of the peripheral of my vision, you kind of just see something in the hallway running straight, kind of how she described, into the wall. I'm this kind of startled me, and I'm okay. And basically, actually, where he kind of entered, into that wall is kind of actually in the studio that we're in right here. That's where he would have went to. And when I jumped up, a coworker was like, you okay, and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, and kind of described to him what I saw, and he's like, oh, you saw the ghost. I was like, possibly, you know, and I don't know if I did or not, but it kind of makes you wonder, you know.
If you could say something to the ghost here, like if you could talk to a ghost, what would you tell him?
Well, actually, I think I talk to him actually almost every day, you know, like just believe it or not, like with our daily, like, I don't think that's what I saw. It was more of a, like, just like a shadow image, not a white cloth, you know, behind me, but you almost got me there.
Okay. Well, I mean, you never know. I mean,
But-
KALB may be haunted.
Makes you wonder. Like I said, the whole, you know, thing of like people when they just in general, do you believe, you know, in ghosts in general? Like all of your stories you know shared, you know, with the ghost behind me, you know, and stuff, and you know, ours, you know, here at KLB, do they live among us? You know, like do they actually exist? Before I started working here, I never came like across an encounter before, and I don't know what that was just now, but that was something. And actually, before we taped this episode series, we actually kind of experienced the ghosts with our TV background image right here.
We did have some technical difficulties right before we got started.
And
so-
normally that's when I was telling you that we talk to the ghosts, because normally when things happen around the station and we have like the technical difficulties, most of the time it's us in production, you know, with making a little error, you know, at times with as a technical director, but sometimes we can tell it's the ghost messing with us as well.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us and sharing these ghost stories, and thank
thank
you,
you.
Ghosty, for making an appearance here.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching KALB's Halloween special. If you go over to KALB.com, you can click on the Fall Fun blog and see all kinds of events happening all throughout the month of October. See you soon.